actually do it better. But allow me, Linda, to just comment on one issue that was played also on your screens just some minutes ago, where opposition leaders were ranking the lives of Kenyans. That we have some Kenyans that when they are touched, it is going to be more dangerous than others.
Say themselves.
And actually themselves. You can't come and tell the country that if we are touched, then the problem is going to be very big. The lives of Kenyans are just as good in all measures. We cannot be able to start having a country whereby we have some lives that are more sacred than others. I think that is quite a wrong trajectory to actually take this. That is actually, in my view, guilt-tripping the country and gaslighting the country in some way. All Kenyan lives matter, and the country and the state must protect them as such. We cannot be able to start ranking and saying, now, this is the pedigree of these ones are the most important. Then you come from opposition leaders to cabinet secretaries to wherever. I think that is the wrong way to go. We must be able to call out this critical element of goonism for itself, and we must be able to study its patterns. Because, Linda, part of me wonders why we must be able to sit down and ask ourselves, these issues, where are they happening and why the consistency? Personally, I've always asked myself, why is terror most of the time happening on the former deputy president? There is Kalonzo Musyoka, who is a presidential candidate. There is Fred Matiang'i. There is Maraga. All these people are presidential candidates. I haven't seen the media cover that there has been chaos where they are, including when they are...
So, see, on the other day had a problem.
I've actually mentioned the presidential candidates.
Okay.
And in their meetings. Otsotsi was not in a meeting. Yeah?
You know,
Otsotsi was not in a meeting. But then the issue is, how come it is one person's meeting that is the biggest focus? If the blame game is to say, for instance, that government is targeting you, I ask myself, to what benefit does government have targeting someone who is not a presidential candidate, cannot run? To what gain? Yes. I don't see it. So for me, I'm like, whereas this act is very bad, we must also be critical thinkers and ask ourselves, okay, what is the veracity of this? So that the explanations come out clearly. When I look at the case of Honorable Otsotsi, which was extremely unfortunate, because in the worst case scenario, he was not even doing any meeting. He was, I think, in some restaurant, taking tea or something like that. The apparatus, and that's what I'm saying, that security, the apparatus must come out and give Kenyans credible information in such instances. Otherwise, the more you give gaps in security, the more people continue believing narratives that are driven by politicians. And most politician narratives are not in the interest of the public. They are in the interest of the politics. And that is what we must be able to take care of.
All right. And of course,